Gaffer, we've had a couple of days to reflect on Wednesday night. How do you look back?
Magnificent. I said it on the night. It's emotion, it's relief. When you put in such a great performance in front of our fantastic home fans, and you work on stuff and everything comes to plan, like the set piece. Like bringing Harry on in that 10 and then he scores. So again, everything we worked on worked. So it's pleasing for the coaching staff, and it's great that the players have bought into everything we're doing. They're relentless in what they do. They play with such energy, and it was a delight to watch them. And I want my players to feel invincible every time they, go onto that football pitch. I want them to feel like they can take on anything, and at the minute they're doing that.
You mentioned substitutions making an impact again. You must be incredibly pleased with how individuals are coming into the game and really having that impact.
Said it, that a squad will be hugely successful, not just the 11 that start. The game's changed. You need starters and finishers, and the lads coming off the bench are a huge part of it. And sometimes you look at a game and thinking, right, maybe we can hurt them the last half hour with this plan, and so far seems to be working. We've seen the stats, 81 chances in 3 games, 71 shots. The disappointing thing is probably only 30% have been on target. I think 22 on target. We're scoring 8 goals. So we need to get better and more clinical and ruthless in that aspect of our game. But we're doing exceptionally well. And again, if you're looking at the way we defend as well, I thought Jordan and Kanu were exceptional, as were the fullbacks. So again, we're doing lots of things right at the minute.
Halifax away this weekend, the first home game for our hosts. What do you make of them?
Very good side. There's no easy game at this level at all. Huge football club. I've been there a few times. It'll be a good atmosphere. Our travelling fans were amazing at Solihull. I expect the same passion from them. And if we can continue to play the way we are, we won't fear anybody. I think every game we go into, I believe we can win. Every game we go into, I feel we can score goals, and if we can defend exceptionally well, like we've been doing, we'll have a chance to win any game of football we go into, and the lads have got a huge belief in that.
They've replaced their surface over the summer. How much do you think that will play into the style of play? Also, a good surface to play our football on.
Yeah, but again, in this league, you're gonna have to adapt to different surfaces. We're not going to try and play the way we do on a poor pitch, and there will be some poor pitches come the winter time. So again, we have to adapt. Well, the pitches are like this. Obviously, we can take full advantage of it. As I say, our pitch is, I believe, the best in the league. So again, the service will be good. It'll be a good atmosphere. Their first home game. They were on the back of a good win in the week. Listen, Halifax are a big club at this level, and I'm sure they'll be giving everything against us.
Injury news: has everyone come okay through Wednesday night? And does it also have a bearing on the schedule being Saturday, Monday this weekend? This
is probably one occasion when managers, the cliche is, well, we take every game as it comes. I think you have to look at the both games as one. Picking a team for Saturday, picking a team for Monday. Obviously, you'd love to think the same 11 who start against Halifax can play against Eastleigh on Monday, but again, it's a squad game, and I believe in everybody. So we might make changes. We'll have a look at it. I'll look at Tom with the stats. Look how Trey's recovered. Cairo had a knock on his knee, so he'll have a little fitness test. But again, if those two aren't fit, or I decide to go a different way, the lads coming in are easily capable, and there's no difference in the style. There's no difference in the aggression. There's no difference in the way we play. They all know what they're doing. So again, the changes don't weaken us, and that's the biggest thing we've got. We've got 22 players who, if I make changes, don't weaken the side at all. They've all got this ruthless, relentless streak, knowing how we play.
And finally, some loan news this morning. Jose Marquez is heading out. What can you tell us about?
Yeah, he's going to Alvechurch. Tim Flowers is there. Will Merritt's there as well. I think it's important that Jose continues his good form from the National League Cup. He got a goal. I thought he was very, very good. And the best thing about Alvechurch, Tim Flowers, who I played with, I know he'll look after him. He's got to play that, which is the big thing. Listen, when I say he's got to play, it's Tim's. It's Tim's decision if he plays or not. We'd like him to play, but if he starts games, it's important for Jose that he stays in the team by playing well. You know, Tim's got a decision to make. If he doesn't play well, that's down to Tim. So we're not saying to Alvchers he has to play. It's down to Jose. And if Tim feels that he's performing well enough, then he'll play. I think it's going to be for a month initially because it's important he plays for us in the National League Cup. And that's why it can be a dual registration, because it's step 3. You know, if he went to a step 2 club, maybe he couldn't play for us in the National League Cup. So it's important that he gets goals. He continues his fantastic work he's done in pre-season. Been so impressed with him. But you know, you're seeing with Harry Cardwell coming back, there's limited opportunities in the first team now for him in the league. But we'll have the FA Trophy. We've got the National League Cup, and there'll be games when Halsey will feature for us because he's doing really well.